Okay, so deep hair conditioner. There's so many different cool ways of doing deep hair, like hair conditioners that are deep, like eggs, mayonnaise, all these weird things. I personally like using avocado. So how to tell if an avocado is ripe or not, I'll show you here real quick. When you're at the store, just pick off this thing. Literally, like, peel off the little, whatever it's called. It's so sad. And if it's green, it's ripe. If it's brown, that means it's like nasty inside. And if it's, I think if it's like white or super weird green, it means it's not ripe at all. Obviously you can tell an avocado that's not ripe because it is literally like rock hard. Okay, so that's just a fun way to tell an avocado. And you can tell this is nice and ripe, perfect ripe avocado. So what you want to do is just take the avocado, and what I normally do is just take a little paring knife and slice some hash marks in here and then squeeze it into my bowl. Okay, so you just want to get that avocado in here. Now, an interesting thing about avocados with people wondering about how to do this is they'll mash it with a fork, and I'll show you. And then this, you can just like, if you have a really sharp knife, you can slam it and pull it out, but this I can see is like ready to come out, so we're all good on that. But you can start by mashing it with your fingers and then literally use your hands. Way better to use your hands. Okay, so I'm just literally flattening it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but to get it out, I just squished it in half. Okay, so just our fun like avocado pieces here. And then I'm gonna just mash it. So you wanna really mash this up. So you can use a fork for real. Like, I don't know if you wanna like take forever. Okay. But a way better way to do this is to like get in there. So clearly this is no big deal, especially if you are, I don't know, like wash your hands, I guess, but this is just for your hair. So, but when you make guacamole, this is a little tip for you guys, use your hands. It tastes much better. The warmth of your hand kind of primes the actual avocado. So for sure, wash your hands real good and then just squish it. Have a kid do this, like make sure they wash their hands, right? But the kids would love this, and this will actually help your avocado become really smooth and creamy. So you can put this in a blender if you want. I don't know, I like getting messy, so this is all good to me. Okay, so this one calls for 1 ripe avocado, 2 tablespoons of honey, and I use organic honey. And then it's gonna come, you're gonna put in 1 tablespoon of Jamaican black castor oil and 5 drops each of geranium, lavender, and sacred sandalwood. Okay, so pre-mix those oils or put them in. It doesn't like super matter on this one because you're just trying to get all those constituents in there. I usually have you guys pre-mix so you can put them in a bowl to create that synergy and then pour that bowl in. That's a good way to go. All right, so because I'm not actually applying this to my hair right now, and again, you could do this as a really fun like beauty day. So instead of doing this as a make and take, you could do this as a beauty day, like we're gonna actually go do this right now, like have your girlfriends come over. So let me wash my icky hand here. And basically just make something fun and do it together and then rinse it out. So that's of consideration, but for a make and take, what you want to make sure you're doing here is putting it into a very nice sealed cap. So something that's like this is a good jar, that's a glass jar, and it's very, you just fill it to the very top, okay? So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna add in my honey and my black castor oil. So we're doing 2 tablespoons of honey and then 1 tablespoon of Jamaican black castor oil. And you guys, because this is for your hair and it doesn't have to taste a specific certain way, you don't have to like be super crazy with the measurements. But the Jamaican black castor oil is from Coco Jojo, so you guys can see that. This is the one that I like the most. There are several others out there. You can just get this on Amazon, or eBay actually ships faster for this stuff. whereas some of you guys are getting it in different locations, different areas, different brands. It's up to you. But that one I like is from Coco Jojo. They make a really good one. Okay, and then what you can do, let's see if I can grab this little guy. I'm gonna break stuff here. I love these little Young Living. These are from Life Science Publishing, and they have the YL on them, which I think is really, really great. So we're gonna add our Synergy in there. And you don't need to cap this. You can add your Synergy to something like maybe grab an old lavender bottle that's been used. That's a really good way of doing this. So then you're just gonna take all of these. I usually like to take the caps off of them first and then add them in. And because this is gonna be a actual deep conditioner, again, it's just 5 drops of each, and it's really, these oils are just helping with everything that you're doing. So we're just gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that. 5 of geranium, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Sacred Sandalwood, as you guys know, is thicker, so you may need to warm this up in your hand a little bit. And just let it drip out, and I'll show you guys here if you can see that it's just a slow drip. So we just gotta let it go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we love our sandalwood, so yummy. Okay, so this we're gonna just push together there, literally swirl it. Okay, we're swirling it. And then I'm not gonna put the cap all the way on, I'm just gonna stick it over here so that it's ready to go when we need it. But we don't need it just quite yet, but we're actually letting it synergize. The reason for that is that the sandalwood is a little thicker, like I said, and so you wanna kind of set that up beforehand. And then this mix here, we're just gonna keep mixing. And so you could get your hand in here again just to get it all gross and mixed up, because the less chunks in here, the better. So you want this to be as smooth as possible. Now, this is a lot, and so this is like, because 1 avocado, you could probably get 2 out of this. So let's just see what we've got here. And then if you want this to keep for later, you can put it in the refrigerator. Avocado will turn a little bit brown, but it's not a huge deal. It's not like it's going super bad. Some people will put lemon, like you'll actually squeeze a few drops of actual lemon juice. I don't do that because I don't want that extra acid on my hair, but some people like that extra acid because it does help. It actually helps with conditioning. So you could put a little bit of this stuff, the apple cider vinegar, if you want it to keep a little bit more, because that acid's going to help this not brown up on you. But this is a nice smooth consistency, so you can see here. So that's going to make for a really nice hair mask. And if you are gonna, there's a couple ways of doing this. You can actually put your oils in and go for it. I get nervous about that because I feel like it's wasting a little bit of oils, unless you have a spatula and you're scooping up every single last ounce. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna open this up, and I have like a little scooper here that we can just scoop into this, and then you can put the oils in there, and they will actually get in there. So if you're not using it right away, if you're using it right away, shove the oils in there, put it on your hair, put it in an actual cap. So like after you've cleansed your hair, we just did the deep cleanser here, then you're going to do this as a deep conditioner, and you're going to use that same cap. So you can rinse that out if you want, but your hair needs to be nice and wet and warm. And I'll show you kind of what this is looking like. Alright, so I've got this ready to go. And you can make it less chunky. Those chunks don't bother me too much. It's actually pretty creamy, but if you want it super smooth, just blend it up or keep using your hands. It usually take about 5 minutes or so to actually sit there and do it well. So on this, I can actually drip in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I've got about half in there. That's about right. We'll do 1 more drop. And then you can take your fork, if you want, and just get that in there. Get some holes in there. It actually will synergize. It will actually get in there. Oils are super volatile, so this thing will actually become completely encased with all of these beautiful oils in about 24 hours. Sometimes it's like, if it's not as thick, like this stuff's pretty thick, so it'll take a little bit of time. But you don't have to mix it so much, it will actually get all in there. And then you can take a towel or wipe this off, and then put this little guy on there to seal it. And if there's the less air that's in there, the better. So that's why if you can kind of fill it to the top and then squish this on there and then do this, just tighten this on, you've got your nice little stuff, okay? Your little hair conditioner that you can actually just put on right when you get into the shower after you do your deep cleanser, okay? So those are the two we just covered. So we covered the hair deep cleanser and the hair deep conditioner. So you can do a screen grab of these. All right, cool. So I'm gonna put this into another one and we're gonna keep moving. All right, we'll see you in a bit.